Car crash on US 41.
Republican presidential debate tonight. Hi, I'm Amr Mansour.
And I'm Melissa Lambert, and this is Public Eye News. A two-car collision occurred in Ishpeming Monday evening at the intersection of US 41 and Lakeshore Drive. According to witnesses, a westbound pickup truck towing a trailer ran a red light and struck an orange SUV turning left towards Marquette. The woman driving the SUV was taken to UP Health System Bell to be treated for minor injuries, and police say she was up and moving around. Neither the driver of the truck nor the passenger was injured. Students at Escanaba High School attended a financial reality fair put together by 5 local credit unions to learn about saving money and budgeting for the future. Students were given a salary based on their profession and were sent to different booths to represent different amenities such as food, housing, and clothing. Marketing specialist at Peninsula Federal Credit Union, Jenny Guylock, said this program is necessary for students because it provides them an opportunity to ask questions along with a dose of reality for after graduation. Watch out, Bark River, Harris, and Gladstone High School students. Your dose of reality is up next.
The Ishpeming Public School District has a new superintendent. Carrie Myers was approved as the new superintendent yesterday afternoon. Myers received 100% of votes from the Ishpeming Board of Education. Board members said they were thrilled to have Myers joining Ishpeming High School. Myers will be starting her new job on November 30th. And a former American Idol contestant visited the historic Ironwood Theater this week. James Durbin placed 4th on season 10 of American Idol and is now looking to encourage students to pursue music. The historic theater was built back in 1928 and has hosted a variety of performances for decades. Films, plays, concerts, and even the famous Jaws movie have been shown at the Ironwood Theater. The theater is open year-round and has about 2 shows a month.
The Michigan House of Representatives House Criminal Justice Committee advanced a bill to ban dismemberment abortion Tuesday without the support of Democratic members. House Bill 4833 seeks to ban any abortion procedure that uses a device to dismember a living fetus by disarticulating limbs or decapitating the head from the fetal torso and removing these parts from the uterus. A companion bill would set up a 2-year prison sentence as punishment for breaking the ban. At Tuesday's meeting, the Democrats voted against the bill, saying doctors were medically qualified to determine the best abortion procedure, but the bill passed with 5-3 Republican support. The bill heads to the House floor next. And speaking of laws, Governor Rick Snyder will sign a long-term road funding package into law Tuesday. Due to this package, gas taxes will increase by 7.3 cents and registration fees will rise by 20% in 2017. This will generate about $600 million per year in new revenue, which may just save the state's crumbling infrastructure. GOP majorities in both the House and the Senate paired the funding bill with 2 tax relief components beginning in 2019 and 2023. Snyder initially rejected a large general fund dedication, but said last week that he is confident that the state revenues will continue to grow. And stay tuned, because after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news.
Of all the Earth's wonders, those created by water are the most fast-changing and unpredictable. These are some of the most inhospitable places in the world. Places which test their inhabitants to the limit.
Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern.
And welcome back. Today, the Obama administration will ask the Supreme Court to save the president's immigration plan. The plan saves over 5 million illegal immigrants from being deported, most of whom are the parents of legal citizens. Yesterday, a federal appeals court upheld a Texas judge's injunction against Obama's plan. Obama has now issued executive order to protect deporting the parents of children who are legal citizens and to protect immigrants who came to the country illegally as children. Actions on the plan are expected to carry over into the next president's term. And Republican presidential candidates aren't waiting for tonight's debate to go after each other. Craig Boswell is in Washington, D.C. with the details.
Republicans square off in another debate tonight, and the verbal sparring is already heating up.
What's going on with this election? I've never seen anything like it.
Donald Trump has continued his attacks on Dr. Ben Carson's insistence that he stabbed another boy when he was a teenager, despite the press being unable to find any evidence the event happened.
This is the only election in history where you're better off if you stab somebody. What are we coming to?
Carson continued to defend himself, saying he's an honest man.
I would much rather lose an election than to lie.
They're not the only pair going after each other. The New York Times reports PACs associated with Jeb Bush's campaign plan to spend millions to go after fellow Floridian Marco Rubio, which Rubio quickly turned into an appeal to donors to send more money to fight off the attacks. Democrats will face off at their own debate this weekend. Until then, the leading candidates are focusing on their top issues. For Bernie Sanders, it's this rally with workers to raise the minimum wage.
In America today, what we are seeing is the richest people becoming richer and almost everybody else becoming poorer.
And Hillary Clinton campaigns in New Hampshire, where she'll roll out her plans to increase benefits for veterans and military families. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
The Missouri football team banded together in a protest Monday that resulted in the resignation of the president of the state university system, Tim Wolf. Wolf was under fire in the way he handled complaints about racism and other student welfare issues. The team said they wouldn't practice or play unless changes were made in the administration, including Saturday's game against BYU in Kansas City, which would have costed the school $1 million. The executive director for the study of race and equality in education at the University of Pennsylvania said because Missouri's football team is 63% African American, the players understood what kind of power they had in this protest. And a Tacoma grandmother took matters into her own hands when she surprised robbers in her house, shouting them right out her front door. Maria Guerrero has more.
I opened the door and I started down here and I saw them.
Bumbling burglars made just enough noise to wake the wrong person. The thought of 3 burglars harming her didn't cross Guelda Messina's mind.
All I knew was they were in my house and they needed to get out. Period.
As daytime burglaries often start, one guy rang the doorbell several times. Someone then broke in downstairs. Security cameras in the home on North Juniper Street in Tacoma captured this guy with a striped sweater and fedora heading outside to signal others. Crowbar in hand, he grabs her purse and heads toward the bedroom where Messina was sleeping as an accomplice comes in, gloves in hand. A third person runs in. Watch again as the third guy runs around Messina to get away. So where'd that take no prisoners approach come from?
I'm a mom. It's like, automatic. I'm the boss.
The soon-to-be 78-year-old's daughter and husband, well-known attorney John Messina, are balancing this terrifying ordeal with a little humor.
My mom was joking with the cops about how bad her hair looked, when she came out, and she probably terrified them.
She's been that way since the day I met her.
I did it. I would do it again.
Helmut Schmidt, the former chancellor of West Germany, has passed away today. The chancellor died in Hamburg with his family present at the age of 96. The statesman was known for guiding West Germany through Cold War tensions and terrorism. Born to a half-Jewish mother, Schmidt joined the Hitler Youth as a teenager and later served as a Nazi soldier. However, after the war, he joined the new parliament and worked for the West Germany government. And the European Union is expected to start labeling settlement products from the West Bank. The Union already bars any products made in the disputed territory between Palestine and Israel. Israel continues to expand its settlements over a small land that Palestinians hope to make a future state for themselves. It's widely believed the European Union's move is to show its displeasure on Israel for their actions. However, Israel is now saying the European Union is anti-Semitic for their actions. And after the break, we'll be back with your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
There's no avoiding the truth that's etched into our neural circuitry. We need each other.
Relationships are rooted in trillions of electrochemical signals. We're something like a single vast superorganism. Our future, our survival is intimately bound up with that of the people around us.
Join us Wednesday evening at 10.
Welcome back. I'm Douglas Hardy with your Public Eye News weather. And if you look behind me at the Academic Mall, you can see it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining, and there's quite a bit of activity out there. All in all, a beautiful day, and it's Partly cloudy with temperatures 57 degrees and winds south at 7 miles an hour. The barometric pressure is 30.08 inches and dropping. Tonight, it's clear with 35 and winds south-southwest at 6 miles an hour. Finally, tomorrow it's mostly cloudy with a high of 53 and winds south at 9 miles an hour. Looking around the UP, we can see that Sault Ste. Marie is 44 and cloudy. Manistique is 49 and sunny. Escanaba is also sunny with 51 degrees, and Menominee is 52 and mostly cloudy. Iron Mountain is 52 and mostly cloudy. Ironwood is 56 and mostly cloudy. Houghton is 58 and mostly sunny. And back here in Marquette, it's 57 and partially cloudy. Looking ahead, we can see that the weather for Thursday is a high of 48, a low of 35 with showers. Friday, there's a high of 39, a low of 31, windy with rain and snow. And finally, Saturday, there's a high of 48 and a low of 38, mostly sunny. So Emily, I hear for the UP winter, that snow is coming kind of late.
Yeah, surprise, kind of like how when the Bears won last night.
Yeah.
Zach Miller leaped, snagged Jay Cutler's pass with his right hand, and tumbled into the end zone. It was a big-time play and another close finish for the Chicago Bears, who beat the staggering San Diego Chargers 22-19 on Monday. Miller's touchdown reception and a two-point conversion run by rookie Jeremy Langford, subbing for the injured Matt Forte, gave the Bears their first lead of the night. Chicago's past 5 games, including consecutive losses to Minnesota and Detroit before the trip to San Diego, have been decided by 3 points or fewer. Cutler, who had an interception return for a touchdown and lost a fumble, kept attacking San Diego's depleted secondary and completed 27 of 40 passes for 345 yards. The Bears scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. Another goal will make Alex Ovechkin the top-scoring Russian-born player in NHL history, and if he does it in his next game, it'll come against a franchise that's featured some of his country's greats, as well as a longtime teammate. Washington visits Detroit tonight, with Ovechkin seeking a goal in his 4th straight game, number 484, to move him past former Red Wing star and Capitals teammate Sergei Fedorov, as Mike Green faces his former team for the first time. The Red Wings had a 3-game winning streak come to an end in Sunday's 4-1 home loss to Dallas. They've been limited to 5 goals in the last 3 games, and offensive help isn't far off with Pavel Datsyuk returning to practice, though he won't play Tuesday. Ohio State quarterback J.T. Barrett will pay a $400 fine and have his license suspended for 6 months after pleading guilty today to operating a vehicle under the influence. In addition, the 20-year-old Barrett must complete a 3-day alcohol education program as a result of the misdemeanor stemming from his stop at a DUI checkpoint early on Halloween. Judge H. William Powlett said as he accepted Barrett's plea that Barrett must complete the class and pay the fine by February 15th or face jail time. In a short statement from the courthouse, Barrett said only, quote, "I'm just truly sorry," end quote. An additional charge of backing without safety was dismissed, and the case has been closed. So it seems like football players have been a little reckless these days.
Oh, Emily, they're just very passionate. Talk about your devoted fans. After the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost their game 32-18 against the Giants, a Buccaneer fan, Daniel Rabuni, set his team's flag on fire. Luckily, the large flag, which waves outside the stadium, is fire retardant. Rabuni was charged with criminal mischief and marijuana possession. So guys, it looks like that's all the time we have for on Public Eye News. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.